What is flat response and why is it important? When it comes to your speaker system, whether as a whole or as individual components, a flat response describes a consistent relationship between the amplitude of the source and that of the output from one frequency to the next. To put it another way, if every key on a piano is struck with the same velocity and all the resulting notes bear the same loudness, the piano can be said to exhibit a flat response. The opposite of this would be an instrument that exaggerates the loudness of certain notes while attenuating others despite the consistent velocity, thus misrepresenting the musician's original intent. Every instance of your music sounding boomy, hooded, bright, or tinny corresponds to some such problem along the frequency response. One of the fundamental benefits of flat response is that it serves as the universal reference for translating the tonal balance of one speaker system to another. But more importantly, it's the universal reference for translating the tonal balance of the musician's original intent to your own listening space, a way to experience a near approximation of what the music you love sounds like to the people who made it. There are, of course, other aspects of performance to consider when aiming for a convincing rendition of your favorite track, most important of which is a time-coherent alignment of all the speakers from the listener's position. However, a flat frequency response will ensure that everything else aside, the timbre and the tonal balance of the instruments in the composition will be just as the mastering engineer had intended. This experience will also relate faithfully across other devices geared for a flat response, whether that's a set of high-quality headphones or an audiophile-grade home stereo. This way, there's no coloration to the sound as you transition between your listening devices. With car audio, the one area of the spectrum where a flat response, or lack thereof, can be especially noticeable is along the bottom 2 octaves. This is where bass notes often occur as fundamental sine waves with no harmonic partials in the upper register, so that a subwoofer response that's characterized by sharp peaks and dips, as is often the case with SPL-aligned enclosures, can cause certain notes to be severely overrepresented, while others are all but notched out of existence. This can make for a very hit-and-miss experience, often resulting in the listener compensating with gain during one track merely to drive the subwoofer to its ultimate failure during the next track. Here at AD Designs, we tailor your enclosure for a maximally flat and phase-coherent response along a bespoke range of frequencies that cover your specific listening preferences, so that the relationship between the amplitude of the source is consistent with the output, whether stretched across one or several octaves. Likewise, our components represent years of in-car field testing, culminating in our established arrangement of hardware, soft parts, and obsessively fine-tuned crossovers, all carrying the linear performance through to the upper limit, which, in concert with our subwoofers, brings the prospect of a flat response within grasp of any serious music enthusiast.